Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel, Ron's Keto Cafe, and I'm Ron. Well, if you're new, welcome, and if you're a returning member, welcome back. And if you're a new member, could you please share and smash that subscribe button? It helps other people know when they post videos. And as always, I'm not a medical doctor. I don't make any medical claims. This is all based on my own personal journey, so please do your homework first. And I would say welcome on board to all the new members that recently joined my channel. I really appreciate that. Eventually, when I get up to 1,000 subscribers and more and enough viewing hours, I'll be getting a little money from YouTube. And then that's part of the goal, but not the primary goal. The goal is to inspire as many people as I can to get out there and get healthy and lose weight. And, you want to lose weight and get healthy, and why wouldn't you want to? Because, if you got grandchildren or kids, or if you just like to do some light walking and exercising like I like to do, I mean you got to really be healthy these days. And so what better way than to get healthy is to lose weight. And just remember, we didn't put all the weight on one day, and it's going to take a lot longer to get it off. But if you follow some simple steps and, follow me along in my journey, and I'll follow you along with your journey, together we can be very, very successful like I have been up to this point. Now, so what's going on for week 143? Well, we just got off of a 3-day challenge at Carnivore. And I'm happy to say I lost 5 pounds for the 4-day experience. I ended up carrying it over to one extra day, and then I went to keto, and then I went to a cheat day, and that kind of like took care of 1 or 2 pounds that I would have been able to add to the total. But be that as it may, it's about learning, it's about life, and about just getting to know why I was getting a stall on weight, why I was gaining weight. And so anyways, I've been really, really depressed, and most of you guys know. I'm going to give you guys an update what happened this week. I went down to the wound center up in the Gardner, Mass area. There's a few towns over. So I got in there at 10 o'clock in the morning, filled out all my paperwork. They came in and did my blood work and all that, but actually my blood pressure, and all that was fine. My blood pressure was a little bit high for that day, but I think it was just because I was just nervous being there, and I hadn't been to that area in a while. And so I found the hospital okay with no problems, and I've been up that way before when I used to go to the college up there. So I get there, and she had me take my stockings off, and she was looking at my lipidemia area. She measured my feet and all that, and she took a look at my, actually the nurse, one of the nurses did that, the one that did the blood pressure and all that. And she says, I'm going to go get the RN nurse, the head nurse. And she came over, she looked at my feet, and she asked me how long this has been going on and all that stuff, and told her what I've been doing to try to help it, and the 2 doctors that I saw for it. Dr. Cadaldo, he recommended me going over to the wound center, and I was going to wait till the next month follow-up, but my feet were so bad, I said, I can't wait. So I went over there, and she says, I think I know what's going on with your foot, but I'm going to go get the doctor, the head doctor that's in charge of the department, to come over. She came over, she took a look at my feet, then they both concurred that I had a bacterial infection, fungus growing on the outside of my feet, causing my feet to be dry like alligator skin, and they're splitting open, okay? And she gave me that new salve to take, and she said, I want you to, we're going to start everything all out fresh. And what we're going to do is you're going to continue soaking your feet, because I told her about the Epsom salt and the salt and the vinegar. She said I had that. That's been really been helping me. She said, what I want you to do is soak your feet 2 or 3 times a day in lukewarm water that you can tolerate, and just plain water, and just dry them off. You don't need to worry about drying them off with a paper towel. It could be a regular towel, and just try to keep them moisturized the best you can. And so I got a toe nail fungus in addition to that. So my feet are really, really bad. So, and then she said, I want you to come back next week and follow up. So then as she's looking at my feet, she noticed I had psoriasis, and really, really bad. And I got a big psoriasis scar on my front leg, and on the back side of my left leg. It's no better, right? So I'm going to mention that to her next time I see her. Maybe she can give me something for that too, that the other dermatologist hadn't been giving me. So then, and here's the thing, every time I go to doctors, the co-payments, which I can't afford, but I really need to see these people up there. So she figured out what was going on with the other 2 doctors didn't. And these guys are professional quality doctors that's supposed to be dealing with feet. And so it's got me rethinking about what's going on with my feet and everything. So she gave me some cream to take. It's been kind of helping here and there. But this morning when I got up, Sunday morning, I noticed I had about 6 new splits on my left side of my feet. And again, every day I get up and my feet are bleeding and cracking, and blood is getting worse and worse every day. Because I'm just afraid at some point it's going to get affected and I'm not going to be able to do anything about it. So I'm going to just keep up with the protocol and mention all this to her. I'm going to go see her on the Thursday on my follow-up. And then she mentioned to me about my lymphedema. She goes, and how long? I told her it's been long. I can't deal with the lymphedema. When I went to the hospital last year to get my hip replaced, my legs came back to normal because they had me on a pump all night long. And she asked me, do you have a pump? And I said, well, I bought one, but I sent it back because it was too small. And she said, well, what about stockings? I said, I can't get the stockings on because my feet are too big and they won't stay. And they feel like they're choking me. So she said, well, I'm going to have a nurse come down to your house here, and we're going to get it pushed through your insurance company. And hopefully this coming week she'll come down and she's going to measure me out for a compression pump so I can start using that at nighttime, the right one that I need for lymphedema. And that will help with the swellingness and stuff like that. But it's been an ongoing battle with me. I've been so damn stinking depressed. I've been making bad food choices. Friday night I splurged at the charity. Daughter and I did the bingo Friday night. I decided I was going to play because she only had 140 people because we got a lot of weddings and graduations going on right now, and she just had a small crowd. Plus, we got Memorial Day weekend coming up next weekend, and I hope she has a lot more than 140 people. But she's been getting around 240, 230, 180, 190 people every week. So, and I'm definitely seeing a lot of new faces coming in every week, which is I'm glad because we're the last local bingo in the area. So if you're watching my video and if you want to come down, the church is called St. Cecilia's Bingo Parish. Well, St. Cecilia's Parish, and they play bingo at where they used to play. When we used to have school there, they still do school there, but they teach catechism and Catholic school over there, I believe, in the upstairs. But there's a huge bingo hall, lots and lots of parking. The doors open at 4:30. At 4:30, be on the safe side. And I get there about 3:30. The doors are open when I come in, and if they're not open, I go get the key from Betty, and they open up the doors. You turn the lights on and stuff like that. And I get there early because I set up for the charity tickets and stuff like that. And I like to relax, and I see saved because I'm a worker. And we got to cover all this 2,054 numbers and the 3,000 that Donna won last week. That's 49 numbers she hit on last week. And so I don't expect her to win anything for a while anymore. But hey, to get 3,000 once in a while, that's a good deal for me and Donna. We paid off a personal loan with that. And they paid off our Kohl's card, and we took a little bit of money out for us, and some of it went to the bank. So we did something really good for the change with the money, and it was a godsend. And I hope that doesn't offend you, but I do believe in God, and very, very spiritual about Jesus and all that. And I talk about that time to time. So if it's if that bothers you, well, that's your problem, and just get over it. But I'm trusting my faith. I don't watch my site. Definitely don't watch too much of the news. I watch a little bit of the local news, and that's pretty much it for a few minutes, and then I shut it down the rest of the day. I do watch sports. My Bruins got beat by Florida. They're doing really well in the playoffs, and the Florida Panthers. And my Celtics is still in it, but they don't win today's game, and the next game after that, they'll be joining the Bruins at the golf course. Oh man, was I really pissed about my hockey team. But anyways, that's there. So I bought yesterday we had a citywide yard sale, and I went down to the local parish because they had a flea market downstairs, and I bought a DDB player for $10. The only thing was missing was the HDMI cable, but it's brand new. I mean, you can't go wrong with a Blu-ray DDB player for $10, right? So I'm gonna get that going later, and I brought Donna down to Sherlin Farms, and I said, well, I'll bring it down there, but I'm not going out of the car. At that point, I couldn't move around anymore. And that was the reason why I played Friday night instead of, because usually I walk up and down the floors, but it was really, really bad Friday night. And so that the new Medicaid, and so speaking of Sherlin Farms, so she went into Dean's, I guess either his wife or girlfriend, I guess, I forget. But anyways, she goes, where's Ron? He goes, well, Ron's in the car. He can't walk around right now because of his feet is really bad. So I just sat in the car for 2 hours waiting for my wife, and I was listening to some YouTubers that I follow. But the doctor gave me this stuff over here. You got to take 2 of these a day up until Thursday. And I took 2 this morning, and this has never happened to me before taking medication. They made my stomach wicked nauseous, and I felt like I was going to puke. And then all of a sudden I got wicked tired, and I had to go lay down, and I fell back to sleep around 5:30, and I got up around 7. I was just so tired because this stuff is making me groggy, and since Thursday, when even at Bingo Friday night, I had a hard time staying awake, and I'm just trying to deal through this, guys, and it just just I want to ask you if just say some prayers for me so I can get better, because I miss all the activity that I used to do, and when I got to stay home when it's a 90-degree weather coming up pretty soon, it's going to really stink for me. But I'm just taking it as, looking at it this way. I'm still alive. I still got 2 feet, still got all my arms, I still got all my body parts. Some of them may not be fully functional, but I'm just taking it one day as God gives it to me, and look at it as every day is a gift. And that's how we're going to view things. But we're going to be making some new recipes this week. We're going to be doing a pizza in a cloud recipe with egg whites, and then we're going to be making some ice cream videos with using cottage cheese and some other different recipes. Now this past week there we did carnivore. I really like doing the carnivore because I wasn't hungry, and when I was hungry I ate. When I stopped, I stopped, and I was drinking plenty of water. I drank at least 3 gallons of water for the 3 or 4 days that I was there doing the carnivore, and that's a lot for me. And I think that's another reason why that helped me to lose the weight. And I was making like pork sausages in the morning or afternoon if I was hungry. I made hamburgers. I made an awesome pot roast in the crock pot, and and that sort of thing. So I'm going to be next time I make a pot roast, I'm going to be filming it out, because I ordered a Dutch oven cast iron skillet. No, not a skillet, but a Dutch oven stock pot that I can put in the oven. But what I want to do with that is I want to sear all the sides of the pot roast and put it into the crock pot, and then I want to saute some vegetables with the drippings from the pot roast, and then I want to add some wine. I never cooked with wine before, so I thought that would be kind of interesting. And the alcohol will burn off anyways, but it's just to give it a little bit of flavor. And then I plan on making a nice chicken cacciatore and all that stuff there with the stock pot, and with the wine like my mom used to make. And then, and I bought another pancake grill. I got one coming on. Those 2 items should be coming in this week from Nicole's website. And I could do I miss pancakes. I could do pancakes in the frying pan, but the grill was much better because they got more room to flip the pancakes, and I could get a half a dozen pancakes on, or maybe 12 pancakes on all at once, depending on how big you want to make your pancakes. And I love pancakes. I can eat them any time of day. And that's perfectly fine for low-carb keto, as long as you don't overdo it. So what we're going to do this week, we're going to go back to carnivore. We're going to do 4 days of carnivore, and then we'll do keto carnivore. In other words, we'll switch off every other day. Maybe do 2 or 3 days of straight carnivore and that sort of thing. But the meat's really expensive now. Yesterday, Donna and I, again, we spent over $100 at Market Basket on food. And I got 2 huge things of chuck roast. And then I couldn't find that first cut steak. It's not always available, but they had the ribeye steak. So I got like 5 pieces of ribeye steak. I mean, really, really huge and thick. And I'm starting to look for more and more meat that has the marble in it. You know what I mean, for the fat. So if you're gonna do like a roast beef and you're doing carnivore, look for the fattiest kind of meat that you can buy, because that'll give the meat, that'll really, really enhance the flavors of the meat. And we're gonna explain all that when we start doing some cooking videos again in the front room. And I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to, like I said, I'll talk about the recipe in the back room, and then we'll finish it off in the front room. But instead of dropping in music like I've been doing, I'll film it out, and then in the back room I'll do like a voiceover, and then I'll see how that might work. And because what happens is I got the cat, he's on my feet all day long, and my wife's constantly coming in and out of the kitchen and the living room and her bedroom, and you can hear the door squeaking, you can hear the outside noise going on and all that good stuff. The down pitfalls about living in an apartment, So that's what it is. That's the harsh reality about living in an apartment. But yeah, and then I did another YouTube live this week. We had a couple of people that came on, and appreciate that, and they continue to follow other YouTubers and post videos and stuff like that. And yeah, so I'm trying to see if I can meet Jess's mom, Deborah from Keto Rewind, and her husband Tom. They live a few towns over from us, so I don't see it's going to be a big issue. It's just a matter of connecting what day and where we want to meet up. So we'll see what happens there, but if I definitely will meet up with them there, I'll definitely do a little tiny little cameo video and put it up on the channel. And I'm sure Jess wouldn't have a problem if I put that little video up on her channel. She's like most YouTubers; they don't want any links from outside sources put up on their channel, their Facebook page, because they work very hard to get to where they were, and I respect that. But speaking of that, don't forget too, I also have a Facebook support group, and like I said, I'm not a doctor, but I can be a coach to help you to lose weight if you need my help and you live locally. I did have somebody text me this morning. She said one of her friends is looking for help to lose weight, and I would never go up to somebody and say, hey, if you want to lose weight, I'm here to help you. But I would never embarrass anybody like that. But because I've been there before, people would just totally tear me up aside and get too frustrated and say, oh, now you judge what I eat, and next thing I know, I'm making all kinds of bad choices again. But when I went on a weight loss back in the early days of 2020, I definitely made the right choice. When I reconnected my faith with God and Jesus, I ended up saying, hey, look, you got to give me some help, just like with my feet. And there's a reason for all this. So I dropped off 147 pounds this January, and when my official start of my YouTube channel was September 1st, 2020, but I started video blogging on September of August. So I go back to 143 weeks, but actually it's further back than that, because between August and September, we were playing around with all kinds of different weight loss programs, like the Jenny Craig's, the Weight Watchers, the Paleo diets, Atkins diet, and all that other stuff. And then I ended up settling for the keto diet, or the program Keto Lifestyle, actually, because when you're losing weight, don't ever think of it as a diet. It's a lifestyle. It's a change, and diets always remind me of things that are, provide. Depriving yourself of foods, and I don't like being deprived of food, especially when I'm trying to lose weight. So I try to trick my body into eating the right kinds of foods, and there's some foods I can eat as much as I want and not have to worry about it. While other foods I have to be more vigilant and careful, and it's all about eating foods in moderation and being very careful what you eat. So let me have a sip of my coffee in my Be Kind cup. So be watching for some more of those videos. I'll be doing some of those ice cream videos because we got summer coming up, and I missed the ice cream treats that over the course of the summer, but they pack a lot of carbs and calories, unwanted in the sugar, and you don't want that. And so I guess that's all I got to say. But anyways, don't forget to be watching for some more videos later on in the week. Remember, you guys are amazing. I love you guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I guess remember that I love you, God loves you. Have an amazing day.